Hi, I'm Rob Ketterling from River Valley Church, and today I want to do part 2 of a life-giving leadership culture. All right, number 7 in a life-giving leadership culture, we move fast, not frantic. Now, here's the thing I've learned. If you're gonna make something happen, you gotta move fast. You just have to. And there's a fine line between fast and frantic. And I just want you to understand that if you're in a fast culture, if you draft off of each other, you can go faster. So you're gonna need to be in team. You're gonna need to be in unity to be on a team that's going fast. Another thing you're gonna have to realize is you're gonna have boundaries. There are real boundaries. We're not sending texts at 3 in the morning. We're not sending emails at 3 in the morning. If you're up at 3 in the morning doing a text, put it in your draft box and send it at a reasonable time, like 4:30. No, I'm just kidding, 6 o'clock. Okay, 7. Send it at 7. That's normal, that's good. All right, and so we're gonna have these boundaries, and you need to have those in life. It's okay to be at work and then be off. Now, I was talking with Craig Rochelle recently, and he was saying, I'm not gonna call you at 9 o'clock at night, like we have boundaries. He goes, but if I call you at 9 o'clock at night, I don't want you to not answer the phone because there might be an emergency where I need you and I want a staff that'll answer the phone at 9, but I'm not gonna call you at 9. But if I do, answer the phone because we have an emergency, which I would get to this. I call it urgencies and emergencies. When something's really urgent and we have to get a hold of you outside the boundaries, all right, it may feel frantic, but there's urgencies and emergencies where we need to reach you. That's in any place, you know? So let's have boundaries and let's move fast, but not frantic. Frantic is like, you know, we create unnecessary emergency. We send a text and we're like, I've got to know now. Or we send it on the off day without a disclaimer like, hey, I know it's your off day, you know, get back to me when you can. Instead of, we said like, let me know what these numbers were. Well, it's their off day, and now they're wondering, what do I do? I'll give you another example. Someone on the team, Justin Mack, who does our missions. He was with his family, and I said, hey, are you in this meeting? And he's like, no, I'm not. And he's like, sorry, I was with my family. And it was a meeting that he could have been at. Yes, no, maybe. And then I closed the loop for him because now he's wondering, oh no. And he's thinking, are we moving at a frantic pace? Is this an urgency or an emergency? And I said, no worries. I'll take notes. Have a great time with your family. Okay, you know what I did? I closed the loop for him and allowed him to realize we run fast, but we're not frantic. I don't want him to stop his family time there. It wasn't that important. Frantic would say, get back to me. Why aren't you here? You know, or leave him hanging in suspension, wondering, am I guilty? Am I bad? What am I doing? That's frantic. We don't run at that pace. We run at fast pace. We want you to work hard. We want you to get it done. Urgencies and emergencies are exceptions, but man, let's enjoy this journey and go as fast as we can because it's over before you know it. And let's make a difference. The Bible talks about let's work while it's still day. Night's coming. Nobody's gonna be able to work. So let's get it done right now. Here's something. Number 8, we use relationship to influence others, not position. What does that mean? John Maxwell did an amazing teaching about 5 levels of leadership. And he talked about position as the lowest level. You get the title, that's the lowest. If you say, because I'm the boss, because I'm dad, because I said so, okay, that's the lowest level of leadership. It used to cut it years ago. It doesn't. I've watched people argue with police officers that have a positional level, and they're like, I don't care. I don't care that you're a cop. You're like, no, they actually have authority and position. Doesn't matter. That's the culture we live in. So you need relationship. And so we're going to use relationship to influence others. And that relational authority says, I'm leading from a place of security. We're in relationship. And in relationship, there are questions. There are answers that are bigger than because I said so. There's authenticity. There's vulnerability. Like, well, I actually thought that would work. I'm sorry it didn't. And when you have relational authority, you lead at a stronger level. Of course, positional authority compares status, and it says, well, you see the name on the door, you see how long I've been here, you see the authority I have. Positional authority is destructive. It's demeaning now. It's almost like you have to start there like, I've got it, but I'm not referencing it. But we all know that I'm the boss, and you're never saying this out loud, but you're realizing I'll be prepared, I'll be relational, I'll bring production, I'll bring those 5 levels to this, and I'm not gonna sit there and measure status or measure name tags or measure size of my office or anything like that. We're gonna lead from the highest level of authority in a life-giving culture. And by the way, just so you know, those 5 levels are position, permission, which is relational, production, where you're showing results, you show results, people development, where they see results in them, and then the last one is the pinnacle, respect. It's like legacy level, and very few people ever get there. Okay, the 9th one, we ask and listen, not talk and tell. Have you ever been with somebody that's an over talker? It doesn't matter. You start to talk and they start to talk and they don't yield. And they're just like, and you're like, okay, all right. So then you have it again and they don't yield. They just over talk. And they're going to tell you all about how you need to do. Or you're in a conversation and people are giving ideas and they're like, here's what you need to do. You're like, okay, I don't think we're asking anymore. I think you're actually talking and telling. What we need to do is ask and listen, not talk and tell. We need to listen more. I think about what James says. We should be slow to speak, slow to get angry, and quick to listen. Quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to get angry. Man, listen more. Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and very slow to get angry. I think that there should be a posture of curiosity, not superiority. You may know what you want to do, but you need to have a posture of curiosity where it's like, what do you guys think? Where are we going? Give me some feedback. They might come up with a great idea. They might align with your thinking anyways. But when you talk and tell, dude, you know what? That says you're inferior. You don't even think right. That's what that says. I want to tell people, you think right. That's why I'm asking you questions. And I'm trying to get out of you what's in there so we can all be better. Number 10, in a life-giving culture like River Valley, we use our strength to serve. Man, we're not using our strength to serve ourselves. We use our strength to serve others. We're going to never abuse our power and say, hey, because I have this, you will serve me. I almost feel embarrassed, like, asking people to do simple things. Like, okay, just the other day, I asked one of our campus pastors, Alan, both of our bags were in the trunk of my car, and we were starting a meeting, and I forgot the bags. And I was like, hey, could you go grab our bags? And I mean, I wanted to keep the meeting going, but I wasn't saying, like, I'm way better than you. Go get my bags, Alan. I did it in a posture like, dude, we both left our bags. Could you get them for us both? Okay. I'm not better than them. I'm doing a different role, but we're all human beings. We're all people. And so I don't want to have that, hey, you do this. Take care of me. You know, my strength and my position is for me, and I'm using it for me. I want to be humble. I want to be meek. I want to be not overwhelming. I want to not do things just because I can. You know, I've heard horror stories about pastors saying, come over here. And you're like, what are you doing? Can you pick that pen up? And it's like, that pen right there, like right next to you? Yeah, pick it up. Like, okay, thank you. Like, I don't want to be that guy ever. And that might be just urban legend there. But you hear the horror stories about horrible bosses and things like that. Man, we're not going to be that way. We're going to use our strength to serve. 1 Peter 4:10 says, each of you should use whatever gift you've received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. Number 11, we're getting close. We embrace the truth to make us better. Man, people have this false idea that I'm not going to tell you the truth to make you feel better. No, the truth will set us free. That's what the Bible says. You got to know the truth. You're not being kind to not tell somebody the truth. Now, you're being a jerk if you tell them the truth without love. The Bible says to speak the truth in love. So we're going to tell the truth, and we're going to tell the truth even if it looks bad on us. A lot of times we don't want to tell the truth because it looks bad on us, so we angle. Stop angling, tell the truth. Admit it, like, I made a mistake. That was bad judgment. It was a miss. Let's move forward. Tell the truth rather than angling. Sometimes where people are willing to bend the truth to make themselves look better, don't do that. Do not do that. For instance, I know, early on in the church when the church was like 100 people and we grew by 40 people. I didn't say, we grew by 40. That sounded so small. I'd say, we grew by 40%. See, I was working the angles. And then now that we're bigger and the church grows by like 10%, and that doesn't sound impressive, I'll say, we grew by 1,000 people. You see what I'm saying? So we always try to angle, but don't do that. Embrace the truth to make yourself and everyone better. And I have a rule, no bad news on Saturday. So if you work at River Valley, you probably know that rule. Why? Because I'm getting ready to preach on Saturday, and I don't want any bad news on Saturday. Once I'm done preaching and the weekend's over, give me the bad news. I'll fix it. all right? But the thing is, it's not that I'm afraid of bad news. It's not that I'm afraid to face the truth. The issue is I've got a high priority thing to do, which is preach, and I don't want to be distracted from it, so I don't want people to do that. So I want you to wait on the distraction until after I preach. Then give me the good news and the bad news. And you know why I want the truth? Because I can take the truth and make great decisions. I make bad decisions when I don't have the truth. I make faulty decisions when I don't have the truth. So give me the truth. You want the truth so you can make a good decision. I was just thinking about that movie. You can't handle the truth. Okay, you can handle the truth. We want the truth. We like the truth. It helps us make better decisions. Last one. In a life-giving culture and at River Valley Church, we believe the best is yet to come. Here's the thing. We don't say that the best sermon was 5 years ago. We don't say that the best leader is leading right now. Whoever is going to take this church over someday from me is going to be a better leader because they're going to be able to be building on whatever has happened. They're going to have more wisdom, more knowledge, more. They might not have more experience, but they're going to have everything that I have plus what they have, and they're going to be able to take it to another level. We believe that. I believe the best songs are yet to be written in our church. I believe the best is yet to come. That's a life-giving leadership culture. If it's like I'm the pinnacle and when I die out, you're all going to suffer, probably break into 7 things because you won't be able to do what I've done because the best was now. No, the best is coming. The best is in the future. The best has yet to arrive. And when you have that posture in your culture of leadership, when you think the people coming up behind me are going to do more than me, they're going to make a greater dent in the kingdom of darkness or whatever your company's trying to do, you're trying to move your company forward, they're going to be better than me. That's a great posture. That's a life-giving culture that people will fight to be a part of. I pray that these 12 things have helped you out. They should help you understand River Valley a little better. They should help you understand what a life-giving culture is. And wherever you're at, I pray you'd emulate it. I pray you'd build on this, make it better. And man, by all means, live in a life-giving culture.